it is. It's Flock the Cowboys week. Are you with me? Put your birds up. You already know what time it is. You're now flocking with the most energetic entity in the Eagleverse. Flock up and flock off. Not you. You stick around because it's about to go down. Let's keep the maniac thing. We ain't done this in a long time, man. Please like and subscribe. If you about that fly, Eagles fly. Drop a comment in the box if you flying with the flock. Let's fly. Do remember, join that maniac thing. Know the gang. You hit that bell. You get a bang whenever I'm on this YouTube thing. Let's fly. While that's the maniac thing, let's keep the main thing. Hope this video finds you in good vibes, good times. If you're not there, I hope this helps you get there, because we about to go there. Oh yeah, even though you saw my eyes is over there, man. That was that BS catch. Crowder catch in the corner, man. Prior to that point in the game with 1:44 left, the Eagles, I did not know, held the Washington Commanders, because they commanded my respect, to just one touchdown in that second half. I did not know. It looked real crazy. They put up a lot of points in that first half. So all in all, it was 14 points. I scored them 28-14 in that second half. Pretty damn good for our boys. But y'all know what day it is. We know what week it is. It's Flock the Cowboys and all that. Throw your birds up. I don't want to get crazy on the screen doing it for the kids. Even though I know this time no kids checking out the maniac. What adult in their right mind will let their child check out this maniac? He's still in the straitjacket all the time. I don't think this is therapy anymore, man. This is just a complete madhouse. Especially during this week, man. When these dudes are coming up, just something changes, albeit I don't want anything to change. We want to keep these things the same, but we're gonna get into it in a few about how important this game really is. And it could be anyone, any of our rivals in the NFC East, whatever the case may be. So that being said, happy Thursday. Look at my man Smitty's hands, man. We were questioning him during that Jets game. What happened to our boy Smitty in his hands? I'm not gonna get into it. Regardless of what, man, just the way he snatches these. Oh man, these onside kicks, bro. That was a tricky bounce. Just snatches it out the air away from the defender. You gotta love it, man. Just him getting back in the fold, him getting back to doing what he does best, and that's catching this ball and making big plays, man. Let's flock and go. But like I said, this is a Thursday Hurst day. So first things first, we gotta give it up for our boy on a Thursday Hurst day. Oh yeah, we in full effect. Let's flock and go. Your man, offensive player of the week in the NFC. Let's go, doing this damn thing. And you know I've touched on it a few times. I didn't quite have the stats, so I hit up my boy, Dan the Stat Man. He's actually normally Dan the Wee Man fan. But you know what? For all intents and purposes of this operation that we have going on here, we're going to call him Dan the Stat Man and keep his fandom out of this. You know, he looks out for the flock sometimes. It's a good thing. Him and his unbiased nature. Couldn't be me. I'm crazy. Now I might look. We're not gonna get into that. How I talk outside of this. Sometimes I could be a bit unbiased. You know, whatever. For all intents and purposes of this, what we doing right here, man. I look at the world through eagle-colored glasses. Open your eagle eye. Poke your beak in. Let's flock and go. So, Jalen Alexander the Great Hurts. I did touch on this as to how much better he's done since he's gotten this brace on. So Dan the Stat Man hit me with this. What does he got? Let me see. Hurts passer rating in games 1 through 6 this season, pre-brace, was 84.7. He ran the ball 10.5 times per game. However, with the brace on, Hurts passer ratings in games 7 and 8 was 123.9. He ran the ball 7.5 times per game in those games. And we also saw what his numbers did. I told you, we touched on that yesterday. He was 7 touchdowns, 7 interceptions prior to game 7 and 8. Whereas in the last 2 games, in games 7 and 8, he has 6 touchdowns to 1 interception. Give it up for my boy Hurts on the Thursday Hurts. They doing his damn thing, even with that brace, man. And it seemed to sound a bit more serious than what he was letting on. Reports out there that I thought it was just a bruise, like a soft tissue bruise. However, this is a bone bruise. And from what these guys are saying, I can't see with my eyes because I look at the world through eagle-colored glasses. I keep telling y'all this. But through my eyes, it looks like he's moving the same way. He's just being a bit more patient in the pocket. But other people that perhaps look at the game a bit closer than I, who actually get paid to do this thing, although I get paid in W's from my squad. Yeah. So we got that going on. However, people are saying that they see a bit more hindrance to his motions as far as his mobility goes. So, it is what it is. As long as we're stacking up W's in the meantime, between time, and keeping it in the green time, that's all that really matters to me. So he's crushing it out there. Not to mention the dude that he throws it to more than anybody on the squad right now. This is getting on my damn nerves, man. You know we do this on the fly. So check it out. You got A.J. Brown, Offensive Player of the Month. Just heard this, and I gotta give credit to where credit is due, man. These dudes used to drive me crazy. They're so monotone, so drab, but you know, it's deadpan. It's good stuff, and they bring good info, man. I believe it's the Eagle Eye Podcast. Yes, not Spadar. Is it Spadar? No, it's not Spadar. Dave Zangaro and Ruben Frank. Those dudes, like, they bring it. And you know that they're starting to grow on me, man. It just calms them down because everyone can't be like this. Everybody can't be like all these other personalities out here. So you know what? They're a good change of pace, and they be dropping those facts. So what fact was that? The fact that A.J. Brown hit exactly 700 yards last month. Exactly 700 yards in a month. That is wild. Not to mention, the first person to do it since who? Y'all are starting to pull me to the fold. Like, I don't know. First person to do it since MegaJAWN, right? And I mean, the coincidences, the similarities, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people say there's no such thing as coincidence. And MegaJAWN, really? Was we really going to do this? Whatever the case may be, man. He's out here killing it. When does this streak end? I don't know. I hope it never for the rest of the damn season. Oh, it would just be amazing to keep this thing going, man. But we have a formidable opponent coming up in the face of the Cowboys. The Cowboys, I'm trying to do this respect thing. Man, flock them. Dallas sucks and all that, man. You just gotta get it off my nest, get it off my chest. So, the Cowboys present quite a formidable foe in this upcoming week. I believe their record is 6-2. We're 7-1. They're 5-2. They had their bye week already. Check it. So the game is important for that sole express purpose, is that them only being one game behind us. If we win this game, we will be 2 games ahead of them. However, if they beat us, we will be tied with them, at least for as far as in the loss column. And we know we have our bye coming up. So if they win that game, then they will be tied with us. But if it came to a tiebreaker, them having that game against us, that win, that throws all this hard work we've done out of the window. And that just makes that Jets game loom ever more so serious. So, but that's in the past. We have to keep this thing moving forward. Stay on this A train, you feel me? Keep that thing going. Get this run game going. Have everything hit on all cylinders against the squad. We'll be at home for a clock game. Whole nation watching. I know we don't want to make this bigger than what it actually is, but it has so many end of season consequences. Not just near, future, near, micro, macro, whatever you want to call it. So many things come into play with this game. Us being not only conference rivals, division rivals. We're in the same damn division. So that's the first thing you want to do when traversing upon this journey of the football season. The first thing that they want to check off as a team is, boom, win that damn division. And this could get us ever closer to that, giving us a 2-game lead over the Cowboys, not to mention their games coming up. What do they got? I think the next 3 games, man, are the Weemen, the Bumanders, and Carolina. Wackalina. Whatever you want to call them, right? So 3 very winnable games as far as they go. As far as our schedule, we all know what's coming up. That gauntlet, them being one of the first games in this gauntlet. Matter of fact, I count the gauntlet as starting against Miami, Washington. Washington always plays us rough, so they can definitely stay in there, and they've commanded my respect. So that was first 2 legs of the gauntlet. Checked them off. 1-2, 2-0. Sheesh, I mean, the way that Jets defense is playing, you could have popped them in there. Just a whole bunch of formidable opponents that we faced, that we're going to face in what, an 8-week span. So not only that, so boom, after the bye week, then we got the Chiefs coming in. Then I believe it's the Bills somewhere in that fray. Then the Cowboys again. Then San Fran. Like 6. This is wild. A 6-game span of just facing foe after foe after foe. That's coming with a bow after bow after bow. It's going to be real crazy coming up. It's going to get wild. So that's why we have to take care of business in this game against these Cowboys, man. I see us pulling out a win because I look at the world through eagle-colored glasses. Sometimes I try to be unbiased when making these. No, I don't. One time with the Rams, and we went out and whipped them Rams. Definitely didn't see us losing to the Jets. That was wild to me. Could have thought there was a possibility we could have lost to the Dolphins also, being the way we played the week prior against Garrett Wilson and Zach Wilson. Like, what are we doing? And then we're going up against Tua and Tyreek Hill and Waddle and not to mention all other parts of that offense that they have over there. Plus the genius offensive mind and Mike Daniel. Like, it's wild what we went up against, and we persevered. I believe we stand up to the occasion when it comes to playing these tough games. So I think we will do the same this weekend, this Sunday night, this Sunday late afternoon, whatever you want to call it. think we have the plan. We have the diagram. We know what to do against these guys and get that W. Jalen Hurts hasn't had much success against these guys. At least he hasn't had success against Dak face-to-face. However, last season, first game against him, he showed up and showed out, did work. Not to mention the offense did work that second game of the season last year, in which Gardner Minshew started. So I believe we do have, we're trending in the right direction as far as overcoming their defense. What we have to stop is Dak. Dak just seems to go crazy against us. However, there's one chink in the armor. I believe when there are big games, when it's time for a big game, Dak doesn't play quite the same in this arena against these teams. We all seen how many wins he has against the NFC East over his career. That being said, he's been facing a pretty much watered down NFC East most of his career. And with the games that he is there, at least against us, I believe we smacked him early that year, the year of the Super Bowl. Then the last game, we didn't play him because we were resting guys. Then I believe it was the 2019 season. Was it the following season or the season after that? I believe it came down to a last game of the season type deal. No, week 16. But basically was for all the marbles. They win, they're in. We lose, we're out. Boom. We smack them up, yak them up, get them up out of here. That was the Arcega-Whiteside game. Oh, yeah, the umbrella man actually showed up for a game. I believe he started the game off with like 4 straight receptions, something crazy. Then ended the game with a big reception at the end to lock it up. Boom, if my memory serves me correctly, you know, the maniac has a tendency for revisionist history, where I revision what I think, what I want to have happen, just so what I'm saying is what happened, right? Whatever the case may be. In that game, Dak didn't show up. I believe they showed a close-up of that game. I was watching something earlier today. I believe it was Skip Bayless actually showed footage of that game, trying to be a bit impartial as far as, because, you know, as much as he's a Cowboy lover, he is a Dak hater. So he has a propensity to point out Dak's deficiencies. So whatever the case may be, it boded well for us back then, and I think it will bode well for us again on Sunday afternoon. And I hate to put it all on him because, I mean, every time I watch the guy, he goes off on us regardless. He's a very scary competitor. I know everyone else in the league says he's this, he's that. Our boy Shady says he's ass. You feel me? So he just shows up for these NFC East games, regardless of whom or what, and all the hyperbole I just extended. Well, that wasn't hyperbole. Actually, real history that went down and what goes on with Dak in this division. And Dak actually against us. I believe his record is something like 9-10-3 against us. So that's why. But like I said, it's us versus Dak in a big game. And that's what we're going to have to see what's going to go down on Sunday afternoon. And I see it, of course, as a W for my squad. What are we gonna give it up? Is it too early? You know what? It feels a little too early for predictions. I really don't want to. I don't want to touch this. I don't want to get anywhere near it as far as all the, you know, my superstitious genes start kicking in. The hair on the back of my neck. I ain't got no hair on the back of my neck. But if I did, it would be standing up right now because it's why this game just makes me so damn nervous no matter what, man. I mean, it's like I said, once again, I hate to double down on this, but as much as everyone else in the league says that dude is a bum, and in certain cases he is, we have very, very rarely seen it against us. The only game that I could come up is that one game for all the marbles towards the end of the season to get in the playoffs and get out the playoffs. Other than that, he's played pretty stout against us. Even last season when Sweat gets the pick 6, I'm like, this game is over. I mean, not to mention, I remember the first game, Jalen Hurts' first game against this dude, throws the bomb to Deshaun Jackson, boom, touchdown. Like, what? I just don't know what it is, man. But it's at home for us, so that's a great look. They're pretty much one-dimensional as far as the offense goes. You know, a CeeDee Lamb a bust. What else they really got? However, we do know that Brandon Cooks probably has an axe to grind with us, being that Malcolm Jenkins knocked him out of a Super Bowl. Like, yeah. Hopefully it means nothing. We got Kevin Byard another week in. Like I said, I thought they didn't play too well against the Bummaners, but once I saw the progression, how we got better in that second half, that bodes well, and hopefully we could trickle some of that down into this game with a bit more of a stout defense. Not to mention a great stout offensive line, because I didn't mention this yesterday, but Cam Jurgens is back, so that's such a great look for us. You know, we're getting healthy at the right time, so let's just keep this thing going. Then we get a week of rest after this, and just keep this thing going. Jalen Carter putting in a full practice. What? These things are looking up. Everything is getting healthy. We're all getting healthy at the right time. I believe we just got to shore up that slot position, which, of course, is where CeeDee Lamb is at. Sometimes I forget because he puts up such gaudy numbers that he's actually a slot receiver. So we're going to have to mix it up, throw Eli Ricks on him. I've even heard some people throwing out the idea of throwing Bradbury back up on him. And I hope that wasn't a Freudian slip because, I mean, Bradbury's left a lot to be desired this season. I was listening to the Avant. Like I said, once again, I love listening to the Q&A podcast. Jason Avant, Quint Michael, and they were talking to us as to at least the point that they believe that he's letting up on tackles, which they say that shows up on tape. People notice that if you're running away from contact, and Bradbury has never struck me as the type to do that. Perhaps he's fighting through a little bit of injury. They thought maybe it was a little something going on at home, something personal. I don't want to get that far into it. Or maybe it's just a mix-up. Him going from the outside to the inside might have thrown him off a little bit. So let's keep that man right where he's at and get him back to the way he was. I'm pretty sure they're looking at this on tape and all of that, and we're going to tighten up all the loose ends and get this thing going and smack with the Cowboys. And that's how I see it, man. Eagles for the W, whichever way you want it, man. Nope, not going to do any numbers, man. It's just too much on the line, man. I don't want to. It's rough, man. But yeah, Eagles for the dub. That's how I'm seeing it going down, man. Happy Hurst Day, Thursday, Hurst Day, man. Until the next time, make it your best time. In the meantime, between time, keep it a green time, a Philly green time, an Eagle green time, a Kelly green time, a Killer green time. Let's go, Slime. You know what I like to do around this time, about this time, at this time. It's always Eagles clock around here, man. We got questions. You know we got questions. We got questions for you, NFL. Still got to get a talk about that damn schedule, man. Y'all flocking me up, man. Got questions for you, NFC and NFC East. Oh, yeah. Y'all better be ready, because here we go. But most importantly this week, it's on you, Cowboys. What you going to do when Eagle Mania swoops down and runs wild on you? Say it with me. E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles. It's coming out right over pause. Whoa. I still got that Flock the Cowboys machine. We might have to pull that out. Peace.